It's a gorgeous afternoon in Orlando, Florida, as we set the stage for the biggest tennis match in the country for Division III here this season. The National Championship from the USTA National Campus, a rematch of the 2022 championship season. It's the Chicago Maroons and the Claremont-Mudd-Scripps Athenas. Glad to have you here on NCAA.com. Excited for what we think is going to be a great day of Division III women's tennis. I'm Brendan Gulick. Should be a lot of fun because these two teams are pretty familiar with each other. Not only did they play against one another in last year's NCAA championship, they also played against one another this season in the ITA indoors. You just saw the records on the bottom of the screen. The only loss between these two teams combined came when they met in the ITA indoor championship when Chicago knocked off the Athenas in that match. It is 87 degrees in Orlando. Feels like 91. A little bit of humidity. Not really expecting any rain. Maybe just a thunderstorm around 5 o'clock tonight, but I would imagine that there's a pretty good chance we won't be playing tennis still at 5 o'clock. So hopefully the weather will cooperate all afternoon. Both these two squads did a really good job in the semifinals in order to punch their tickets here. Chicago with a 5-1 win over Middlebury, and Claremont-Mudd-Scripps a 5-1 win over Emory. Obviously, the Athenas, right now, you could make an argument that they're the team that is the measuring stick in Division III tennis because they did not play in either 2020 when the entire NCAA season was canceled. And as a conference, the SCIAC did not have competition in 2021, still because of the pandemic, despite the fact the NCAA reinstituted the sport there. So this is technically the fourth straight year that Claremont-Mudd-Scripps has made it to the national championship match when they've actually played. They won the 18 title. They were runner-up to Wesleyan in 2019, and they are the reigning national champions after beating Chicago last year 5-1 here in Orlando. So Claremont-Mudd-Scripps feels like they're coming in with a lot of momentum, and Chicago has never won the national championship, twice the runner-up. In addition to falling short last year, they were the runner-up to Williams in 2012. Speaking of Williams, that's the last time we've had a back-to-back champ, 2012 and 2013. The Eafs won the national title, and we have not had repeat champions since then. So could Claremont-Mudd-Scripps pull that off here this year? We'll find out here shortly as the ladies take their respective doubles courts. Let's tell you who's going to be playing on which courts as they get started. And by the way, since the school colors are fairly similar to one another, let's point out here early on that Chicago is going to be wearing the all-black uniforms. They'll have black shirts and black skirts on. On the other side, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps is in multicolor. They'll have black tops and maroon shorts. So that'll be the easiest way to kind of tell them apart because I know the school colors might throw you for a loop there if you're tuning in and out throughout the course of the match today. All right, let's get into doubles courts first. This is doubles court 1, and it's going to be for Claremont-Mudd-Scripps, a very good team, the team of Alicia Chulani and Nikolina Batashvili, a young lady from Russia. They are playing on doubles court 1 and looking to snap a 2-match losing streak. They've been very good this year at 15-8, but they have not gotten points in each of the last couple of matches in this NCAA tournament. So hopefully Claremont-Mudd-Scripps will get better performances out of them today. On the flip side, it's actually a little bit of a similar story. Sylvia Mikos and Shiana Gu also have lost their last two doubles court 1 matches, but they have had a really good season too, 22-6 as a doubles tandem. So going over some of the pre-match conversations with the referees, it'll be Mikos and Gu against Chulani and Batashvili. Over on doubles court 2, this is probably where Chicago has a little bit of an advantage. They're going to go with the team of Claudia Ang and Perrine Wang, who have won 14 matches in a row. They'll be up against a tough duo in Senna Selby and Catherine Worster, who have lost 3 straight matches, but have played well overall, 18-6. And on doubles court 3, Nicole Geller and Lauren Koo against Lindsay Eisenman and Ella Brissett. Perhaps advantage Athena's there. Brissett and Eisenman 16-0 this season. On the other side, 4 straight wins for Geller and Koo. They're 11-3. All right, ready to get underway in this national championship final. This is doubles court 1. We'll keep our action here for a bit and then pop along with the other couple of courts along the way. Glad to have you with us. Good luck to both Claremont-Mudd-Scripps and to Chicago as they try to bring home that big walnut and bronze trophy here at the end of the afternoon. Again, the Athenas are in the multicolored uniforms, and the Chicago Maroons are in all black today. Nice play up at the net there. Good shot from Chulani. Chulani has really played pretty well throughout the course of this season, and I know that Claremont-Mudd-Scripps is going to be leaning hard on her. She will also play 1 singles. Catherine Worcester, who is on the doubles court 2, has played on the number 1 singles court a lot this year, but hasn't really played quite that well lately. She's a very talented young player from Wichita Falls, Texas, but maybe isn't the hot hand where Chulani is right now. So Chulani will play on the 1 singles court coming up here in just a little while. Both of these 2 schools, by the way, did not sweep the doubles courts. They won 2 of the 3, and in both cases, they took doubles courts 2 and 3. So somebody is going to feel a little bit better here after winning on doubles court 1. $30-all. Of course, lets her live, but that serve went a little long. Oh, great reaction and a good winner. Chulani working nicely up at the net, and CMS 40-30. If you're new to Division III tennis, or if you haven't followed very much throughout the course of the season, in addition to Let's Live, they also play decisive point rather than add-on scoring. So if we get to 40-40, it'll just come down to who wins the next point. Well done. Good battle back there from the Maroons to force decisive point. Mikos and Gu with good work. The way they're standing at the moment, Mikos is on the right half of the court and Gu on the left half for the Maroons. They are on the top of the screen as you see Chulani and Patorshvili. Nika ready for decisive point serve.
30 low.
What a shot. Sylvia Mikos. Game winner, back-to-back points there for the Maroons to take the first game on doubles court 1. Let's pop over to doubles court 2 and for the first time introduce you to Senna Selby and Catherine Worcester, who have a 1-love lead but are down love 30 to Chicago here in this the second game. Claudia Ang and Perrine Wang. Teammates for the Maroons on the bottom of your screen. Perrine hails from New York. Claudia from Hong Kong by way of the Australian International School to the University of Chicago. Great shot. Terrific kill. We go over to court one once more as we get ready here for game two to start. And the return there from CMS a little bit long. By the way, we will show you doubles court three here shortly, but Claremont-Mudd-Scripps took the first game and they lead 30-15 in game two. Sylvia Mikos serving for Chicago. I know the Maroons are excited for Sylvia's very talented younger sister, Olivia, to join the Maroons next year. Out of Willowbrook, Illinois, Hinsdale South High School. Libby is a four-star recruit and a terrific player. It'll be really cool for her to play with her older sister and the Maroons. But all the attention at the moment is on the here and now. 30 love. Beautiful. Well done from Chulani. Good soft touch. Chulani and Mikos slotted to play against one another in singles, so perhaps they can pick up something from the way they go about their business here on the doubles courts. Not a big cheer, but certainly a big smile there from Shiana Gu. Gu will be on number 2 singles, but she will play against Audrey Yoon. In the ITA Indoor Championships, these two doubles teams played against one another, but there was one change on the other side. It was Chicago with these exact same 3 doubles teams. For Claremont-Mudd-Scripps, their number 2 doubles team in the ITA Indoor National Championship against Chicago was Olivia Almy and Audrey Yoon against Ang and Wang. And at that time, Worcester and Selby were playing on number 3 doubles court. But again, Brissett and Eisenman have been so hot, 16-0. You can't really afford in a national championship not to put them out there, right? So head coach David Schwartz says, all right, we're going with our hottest hands right now to try to win a national title again. Meanwhile, doubles court 1 right now. Chicago in control, 2-love. For the first time, we go over to doubles court 3. Ella Brissett, Lindsay Eisenman for CMS against Lauren Koo and Nicole Gellert. And again, if you are just joining us, Brissett and Eisenman unbeaten in 2023. Brissett, a sophomore from Houston, Texas. Eisenman is a first year out of Rancho Palos Verdes, California. Just a little wide there on the return shot. Geller's return is wide. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps cruising along on doubles three, 3-love. We flip our attention back to court one while they break there on 3. Something about the way Brissett and Eisenman team up. Pretty darn impressive. Meanwhile, Chicago's in good shape here because just like CMS has taken every point so far over on doubles 3, it's been almost the exact same situation here. Love 40. That'll get the Athenas back into it.
Come on, Shishi.
All right, Chicago takes the game, and they lead 3-love as they break on doubles court 1. So the only action at this exact moment is on doubles 2 as they get ready to start again on doubles 3. We check in on Worcester and Selby against Wang and Ang. Yeah, I've mentioned the ITA Indoor Nationals a couple times, so might as well get you caught up if you missed that. Chicago with a 5-1 win over Claremont-Mudd-Scripps in Nicholasville, Kentucky back in early March. The doubles courts, Mikos and Gu beat Chulani and Batashvili 8-6. Ang and Wang over Almi and Yoon 8-5. The only point that Claremont-Mudd-Scripps scored came on doubles court 3. Geller and Koo 8-7, 7-3 in the tiebreaker over Worcester and Selby. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. It was Worcester and Selby over Geller and Koo, but by the same score, 8-7, 7-3. And then the 3 singles matches that Chicago won, actually all finished fairly tight to one another. On singles court 3, Geller over Brissett 6-3, 6-1. Singles court 4, Brooke Pedersen over Selby 7-5, 6-4. And Ang on court 6 over Eisenman 6-4, 6-2. Mikos, Gu, and Yoon all went unfinished, courts 1, 2, and 5 there. It's a fun moment for the University of Chicago. It was the second straight year that they had won the National Team Indoor Championships. They are still looking for that first outdoor NCAA title. Good shot. Really well done, Claudia Ang. Just perfectly placed. Handcuffed her beautifully. 30 all. Tough one there for Worcester. .30. Worcester, great shot. Buries it to force decisive point. Now, given the way things are going on courts 1 and 3 right now, where it's a little lopsided early, a lot of attention on this point. See which team has the advantage. Yeah, it's tough. Well, for whatever reason, Ang was having a tough time getting that right where she wanted to, and she certainly apologized. You could hear her say so, but maybe they threw Worcester off a little bit on the return. So it's 3-1 Chicago on court 2, 3-1 Chicago on court 1, 3-1 Claremont-Mudd-Scripps on court 3. Keep the action here as CMS serves. Good serve from Selby, and Perrine Wang had a hard time returning it. Excellent play. Worcester's been good up in the net so far. Yeah. 30-15. Last night in the men's national championship, Case Western Reserve University won all 3 doubles courts and ultimately won the national title 5-2. I think that's one of the unique things about Division III tennis, that you can score on all 3 doubles courts instead of just earning 1 team point or having just a 1-point lead as it could be 2-1. But the idea of being able to do that really gives you a huge advantage. If you sweep doubles, that's a huge advantage going in to singles action. I'll tell you right now, for as well as Case played, Tufts was playing progressively better in singles. And if they would have only lost 1 point in singles, I think there's a pretty good chance they could have mounted a comeback. So it just puts a ton of time and energy on these doubles court matches. You absolutely can't fall asleep. 3 games to 2 now, Chicago leads after Selby and Worcester got it done there in game 2. Doubles court 3 just wrapped up here as well with a 4th straight game to Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. So they lead 4-1 on 3. Chicago's up 3-2 on court 2 when we go back to court 1, where it's 40-all deciding point. CMS serving. Chicago leads 3-1. Little too deep. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps with a big win. You can see how much that means to Nika and Alicia. So it's 3 games to 2. CMS has taken the 5th game in both doubles courts 1 and 2 to tighten it to 3-2. So we go back to doubles court 3. Brissett and Eisenman leading 4-1 over Geller and Koo. I beg your pardon, this is actually doubles court 2, my mistake. Ang and Wang against Selby and Worcester. That was appropriate. Selby said, hey, that hit my leg. So it's 15-love. I'm sure that Breeze feels really comfortable at the moment, given the fact that it is really quite warm. It's not brutal, but it is a very warm day here in Orlando. Boy, some great topspin on that shot. Chicago needed that big time.
30 love.
30 love. Claudia working hard for Chicago, keeping this alive. And Perrine just got snookered. Nowhere to go. She got caught up in the front, and Worcester just buried it right at her feet. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps celebrating on both courts. They now lead 5-1 on doubles court 3. And they are 1 point away from taking a second straight game on court 1 to tie it at 3. Maroons working well on court 2. Let's go to court 3 briefly. Geller and Koo trying to dig down deep. They've had a good season. They've won 4 in a row, but this is pretty stiff competition. You can make an argument this is the Athena's best doubles team, despite the fact they're on court 3.
40-30.
Brissett and Eisenman are just red hot. That was a great little play by Brissett up at the front of the net there.
$30-15.
30-15. Lindsay backpedaling a little bit. Good work there. Oh, what a shot. How about Geller streaking from far to near side of the court when CMS thought they had killed it off. She hits an absolute perfect shot into the back corner. Can't do it any better than that. Sweet shot, Nicole Geller. Holy cow. Brissett says, anything you can do, I can do better. With her back to the net, flings it over her shoulder. Maroons were caught flat-footed. Deciding point here on doubles three. Big win for Chicago. You know, given the way this match was going, that felt like a must-have game for the Maroons on doubles three. Pop back over here to court one for a moment, where it's now 40-love Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. They trail 4-2. CMS gets it done. 4 straight. That's that. 5. I should say 4-3 now. Batorshvili and Chulani not going down without a fight after Mikos and Gu got the early lead. Back to court 2 here for a deciding point. We'll pop back over to court 3 in just a moment. Another good win. Perrine Wang. Perfect reaction up at the net. And Chicago is in a good spot. They now lead 5-2 on court 2. CMS cruising on court 3. Love 15. They lead 5-2.
Here we go, threes. Way to be. Here we go, Nod. Here we go, guys.
Great reaction. Brissett thought she had Geller beat, and Nicole buried it right back toward her. So Nicole Geller scores a valuable point there for Chicago. Ella Brissett has been unbelievable in her career at CMS. Just a sophomore out of the Kincaid School down in Houston. She's a biochemistry major. In her first year, last year, was 24-3 in singles and 7-1 on the doubles course. So she went 31-4 when she competed. And during her sophomore season, 24-3 on singles. She's had a couple different partners on doubles courts, but largely has been really good again. Obviously, we've mentioned a few times that she's unbeaten with her teammate Eisenman on doubles this year. Once she and Lindsay got going, Brissett stopped playing with, with Audrey Yoon and Catherine Worster. She's also played with Arushi Malik, who is not in the lineup today, and played once with Senna Selby earlier in the year. So Brissett overall 24-5 in doubles and 24-3 in singles. After collectively last year went 31-4. Could be looking at truly one of the brightest stars in CMS tennis history if she keeps up numbers like that. Deciding point coming for Brissett and Eisenman. Meanwhile, there are 4 games all now over on doubles court 1. That one's tightening up. Courts 2 and 3 are both 5-2 at the moment. A little too long there. Gave Chicago the game. So the Maroons hanging tough on 3. They're down 5-3. Back to court 1. This is the first point of this game. Chulani clearly fired up. By the way, that's assistant coach Caitlin Bernard, who is standing over on that one court with them. Angela Kulikov, the assistant coach for CMS, keeping a watchful eye on court 2. David Schwarz, 9th year as the head coach for CMS, right now is over monitoring the action on court 3. Boy, if you're giving free balls like that, Chulani is going to put them away time and time again. Former star from St. Francis, out of Los Altos, California. Both of these doubles tandems have dropped each of their last 2 matches in this NCAA tournament. Who's going to step up and score a valuable team point in this national championship? It was pretty good play up at the net there from Chicago. Sylvia Mikos right on top of it.
Chicago lead, 6 games to 2.
Doubles court 2. Perrine and Claudia now lead 6 games to 2. The Maroons are in good shape there. Great win from Chulani. At the moment, Chicago's comfortably out front on 2. CMS has a 5-3 lead on 3, which means doubles court 1 right now has really got most of the attention. This could be the one that swings the team, one team out front as we get rolling into singles courts in a bit. Chulani unbeatable up at the net. Talk about the hot hand, Alicia Chulani. 5-4 CMS over on court 1. Go back to court 2 here for a moment. CMS serving. Second serve, love 15. They trail 6-2. Return there was wide. Maroons are trying to dig down deep and try to make this quick work on doubles 2. Ang and Wang are having a good showing. against Worcester and Selby.
Team 40.
Worcester and Selby yesterday had a little bit of a tough showing when they fell 8-5. It's been back-to-back challenging days for them. That was nicely done. Good thought, but misfired.
90 points, team good.
Deciding point. A lot of forehand shots back and forth. And eventually, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps survives it. Huge win for CMS to avoid going down 7-2. All right, go back to court 3 here. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps leads 6-3.
Foul. 15-30.
Good reaction.
30 all.
Lauren Koo kills it off. Another really good one from Koo.
40-30.
Lauren, a couple of tough shots up near the net. And Chicago leads 40-30. Meanwhile, they're about to play a deciding point on court 1, where it's 5-4 CMS. Keep you updated there, too. And it's level at 5 on that court. Well, 3 good doubles court matches going on simultaneously.
Hey, Chicago.
Chicago just took that game on the long return.
6 games to 4.
So it's now 6-4. This is doubles court 2 and a free ball there for Worcester. So it's 5-all on court 1, 6-3 Chicago on court 2, and it's 6-4 CMS on court 3. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps trying to become the first back-to-back national champion in about a decade. University of Chicago looking for that first national champion trophy in program history. You can see the frustration there after a shot that Wang would really like to have back. Pretty easy winner there. Shot from Claudia. Claudia Eng is going to play on number 6 singles, but Perrine is not scheduled to play singles. So for that reason, you would expect Perrine's doing everything she can here to lead this on the court. Back-to-back faults. Well, some serving issues for Chicago here on doubles too. Back-to-back double faults. So Chicago gives up the game. It's now 6-4. Okay, back to court 3, where Brissett and Eisenman trail this game 30-40, but they lead overall 6-4. Well done, Nicole Gellert. So game Chicago brings it to 6-5. Meanwhile, on court 1, Chicago with a really nice effort. (6-5) CMS on court 1, 6-4 Chicago on court 2, and 6-4 CMS on court 3. Actually, it's now 6-5 on court 3, I should say. Geller and Koo down just one game. So 6-5 on courts 1 and 3 in favor of CMS, and 6-4 on court 2 favoring Chicago. All three of these matches seem to be coming down to the wire toward the same time, which is always kind of fun. Well done. Perrine gets it done to go up 40 love. There really hasn't been a spot this entire time where it looked like one school was going to take all 3 doubles courts. That still could change, but so far it's been pretty evenly split. Wang shot a little long. Quick serve that time from Worcester. Not quick enough, though, to help CMS take the game. So, 7-4 Chicago on 2, and the Maroons are hoping to strike first. Bouncing back to court 1, where things are very tight. Chulani and Batashvili yesterday won in the tiebreak 8-7. And they've managed to get it done. Second serve, 30-15. Little too wide. Let's pop over quickly to court 2 as they start what could potentially be a deciding game. Probably going to bounce back and forth now between these 3 courts a little more regularly. Excellent return shot. Worcester hits the winner. CMS with their backs against the wall. They need more shots like that. Love 30. Catherine and Senna doing a good job there, trying to keep this thing going. Court 1 on the left, court 2 on the right here. That's a big game for CMS. So now it's 7-5 Claremont-Mudd-Scripps on doubles 1. They're going to serve and have a chance to score the first point on the team tally. Another good shot, Catherine Worcester. Love 40. Chicago taking its time. Worcester and Selby still believe. It's also 7-5 now over on doubles 3, favoring CMS. Second serve. $15-40. Over to court 3 quickly here. Ella Brissett, Lindsay Eisenman. They have match point here. Chicago just scored in the back corner. Again, Brissett and Eisenman, 16-0 as a duo. As Ella Brissett readies to serve. The return is wide. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps on the board first. 8-5 on doubles three. Brissett and Eisenman go to 17-0. They knock off Nicole Geller and Lauren Koo. Over to court one, where Claremont-Mudd-Scripps also leads 7-5 and has the service. The Athenas. Chulani. Gosh, has she been good up near the net this entire match. Nikolina Batoshvili trying to serve their way to a second team point. That one's wide. Match point for CMS on one. On doubles court two, just off to the right-hand side of your screen there, Chicago leads 15-love, and they lead the match 7-5. It just leveled at 15 over there. Big moment for CMS. Oh, geez. I mean, you want to win, but that's just not how you like to win a doubles match. Oh, my goodness. Well, Chulani and Batishvili aren't going to feel disappointed about that, that's for sure. It guarantees them an 8-5 victory, and the CMS Athenas will have the team lead no matter what. So winning on doubles courts 3 and 1, 8-5 in both instances. On doubles court 2, it's 15-30, and Chicago has a 7-5 lead. So the Maroons really need to finish this off. A little long there, 30-all. Bit of an anticlimactic ending there, perhaps even a little bittersweet. You just don't like winning points the way that one happened. But let's her live. 8-5, the win for Batoshvili and Chulani. The turn was a little long. So unfortunately, the doubles team of Mikos and Gu have lost 3 consecutive matches on doubles court 1 for the #1 nationally ranked Maroons. Good win. Claudia Ang levels that one down, and now it's deciding point, and if Chicago wins, it's match point. A Chicago Maroon winner. So the Maroons are on the board, and it's 2-1 as we go to singles. Game on. Perrine Wang and Claudia Ang. 8-5 over Catherine Worcester and Senna Selby. We are ready for singles courts action. The defending national champions Claremont-Mudd-Scripps has the lead. Chicago, the 2-time defending ITA indoor national champs, including this year over CMS. They've got what it takes, but they're going to have to try to come from behind here this afternoon. We'll take a brief timeout. This should be only about a 5-minute break before we start our singles coverage. And we'll get you set here as action continues from the UTSA National Campus in Orlando. Back here in just a couple of minutes on NCAA.com. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us from Orlando, Florida, 2023 National Championship. And it's been a good one so far. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps with a 2-1 lead over the University of Chicago. After taking doubles courts 1 and 3, Chicago took doubles court 2. All 3 matches were decided by 8-5 final scores. I'm Brendan Gulick. Glad to have you on NCAA.com, and let's set these singles lineups for you, shall we? This is Court 1, where Alicia Chulani and Sylvia Mikos just went at it on this court in doubles action. Chulani was so much fun to watch. Not that Mikos wasn't. She was excellent, but Chulani in particular caught my attention just because of the way she competed. Audrey Yoon and Shiana Gu will play on singles court 2. Audrey Yoon was not on the doubles courts earlier today, so perhaps some fresh legs there for CMS against Gu, who was Miko's teammate here on court 1. Ella Brissett was terrific on doubles court 3. She's playing on singles 3 against Nicole Geller. Senna Selby and another new face for Chicago. It's Brooke Pedersen on singles 4. Singles 5 is Nikolina Batorshvili and Miranda Yuan. Yuan, a sophomore from Auckland, New Zealand. And it's her first appearance for Chicago today. Lindsay Eisenman and Claudia Ang are on singles court 6. So we'll keep you updated as we bounce back and forth between all 6 courts pretty regularly throughout this national championship chase. Doubles court action took just about an hour as we start the singles courts here. Best of 3 sets. Again, add-off scoring, so just deciding points when we get to 40 all. Tough serve there from Mikos. Chulani couldn't handle it. Really hard to know on paper who's favored here, because these young ladies, frankly, the talent gap is so minimal between these two teams. You know, there's an element of you want to ride the hot hand as best you can, and you trust your players that are performing really well. And look, for CMS, Eisenman and Yoon have been terrific lately. Yoon has not lost in a long time. She's 22-1 this year, and she's won 18 straight singles matches. So that'll be a tough draw for Shiana Gu. But it's not like Gu has had a bad year. She's won 17 in a row, and she's 20-4. You could argue that Chicago has been a little hotter, a little streakier in singles play. So, you know, again, it's on paper. Maybe that gives the Maroons a little bit of an edge, but again, they're down 2-1. So they're going to have to win 4 of these 6 singles matches to win the national championship. But the win streaks are notable and impressive for sure in singles play for the Maroons. Sylvia Mikos, who is serving here on the top of your screen, has the longest match win streak of any of her teammates, 21 in a row. But Geller's won 15 straight, Gu's won 17 straight, Ang has won 17 straight, and Brooke Pedersen 18 straight singles matches. So you got 5 young ladies competing on these 6 singles courts that have won at least 15 matches in a row. I know Chicago's down 2-1, but I guarantee you they still feel pretty good about their chances to win the national championship here. For what it's worth, when Chicago beat CMS at the ITA indoors, they beat them 5-1. Now, they obviously had taken 2 of the 3 doubles courts. Today, CMS takes 2 of the 3 doubles. But Chicago won all 3 of its singles matches, and they actually kind of showed off their depth in doing it. Won singles matches that were a little bit further down the pecking order. Ultimately, it was Geller, Pedersen, and Ang on courts 3, 4, and 6. All won in straight sets to clinch that ITA national championship in the indoor season. All right, so the first game to Chulani here on court 1. Take a look here on court 3, where Brissett and Geller are battling it out. And Chicago is off to a great start. Nicole Geller, 2 games to love. How about court 6 now, where Eisenman and Ang are deep in game 2. That return from CMS was wide, so Chicago scores. So Claudia Ang. Oh, you know what? I beg your pardon. I misspoke there. The return there from CMS was wide, and so it's 2 games to love now in favor of the Athenas. Perhaps it was a bad serve. Didn't quite catch the beginning of that. I apologize. So Eisenman off and rolling. Eisenman's been really hot. She and Yoon right now the 2 streakiest singles players. 15 straight wins for Eisenman, 18 straight for Yoon, who's on court 2. And it's not as though their other singles players who've had good seasons aren't hot lately. I mean, for example, Batishvili, who's on court 5, lost her last match, but she's 16-3. Ella Brissett lost her last match, but she's 24-3. Chulani a couple wins in a row, usually on singles court 1, but she's kind of bounced around between courts 1, 2, and 3. Chulani's 18-4 this year. The obvious difference here and for CMS is that Catherine Worster is not playing singles today. Catherine has also regularly been one of the top singles players and was projected to potentially be on singles court 1. But she's 5-4 over her last 9 singles courts appearances, including dropping her last couple, 18-8 this season. I think the coaching staff decided, you know what, let's just use her in doubles where she's been excellent and see if that's a better outcome for the team. Batishvili, Brissett, Chulani, Eisenman, Worster, and Yoon, along with Senna Selby. Those have been the most successful singles players throughout the course of the season. And of that group, only Worster is not playing on a singles court today. Here on single 6, 15-30. CMS leads 2-love.
Chicago leads 2 games to love. First set.
Deciding point.
40-30. Second serve. Frustrated reaction there from Claudia, who sends it wide and now goes down 3-love here in the first set on 6. So Lindsay Eisenman in a good spot. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps only needs to win 3 of these 6 singles matches to repeat as national champions in 2023. First look at court 2. Shiana Gu serving for Chicago, leads 2-love in the first set. It is 40-love after a nice ace there. Wasn't much of a reaction after hitting an ace. Wasn't sure if it was in or out. It looked out, and quick first glance, but I guess Shiana just said, hey, I'm pretty used to doing that, so no big deal. That return there from Yoon was a little long, so it's a third game to Shiana. Maroons looking good on court 2. Looking for some leadership are the Maroons as we turn our attention to court 3, which is 2-1 in favor of Geller as Ella Brissett serves for CMS. Nicole Geller from Latvia in her sophomore season. Nicole cruising along. All on court 2. We're going to turn our attention really quickly back to court 1. Man, oh man. Well, he'll take it any way he can get it. And Sylvia Mikos forces a deuce, deciding point. Court 2. Shiana Gu trying to take an insurmountable lead. Got some work to do still. Good little fist pump there from Shiana. Happy to win the point as Audrey sends it long.
Love 30.
$15.30. Chulani had a pretty good showing on court 1 yesterday. Audrey Yoon was equally as impressive. Those were two big wins for Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. And they knocked off Emory in the national semifinals. Yoon 6-love, 6-3. Right now she is on the wrong end of an early lopsided first set. Trying to battle her way back in, settle things down. Love the touch there. Really working Gu, and a little too long. 30-40.
30-40.
Boy, Shiana Gu right now is just locked in. Her misses are tight. It's a deciding point here. We really haven't seen too many sloppy misses from Gu as Audrey Yoon tries to win this deciding point. Feels like Audrey's battling some fatigue. Finally picked out the opposite corner, trying to work her both ways. Great rally going. Well done by Audrey Yoon. Just hung in there as long as she could. Finally forced Shiana to make an unforced error there. All right, let's turn our attention to court 4. I believe this is the first time we've gone to court 4, so let's say hello to Brooke Pedersen. Unfortunately, things are not going great for Brooke at the moment. Brooke did not play in doubles action, but she's had a really good season. But Senna Selby is locked and loaded right now. She leads 5-love. This is the most lopsided of any of these first sets in singles competition. Update across the board. Court 1, Chicago leads 2-1. Mikos over Chulani. Court 2, Gu 3-1 over Yoon. Court 3, Chicago leads 3-2. Geller over Brissett. So they're in good shape on those top 3. Pedersen struggling though, down 5-love. Court 5 is tied at 2 apiece. Court 6, CMS leads 4-1. So while Chicago trails the overall team score in that race to 5 points, they trail 2-1. The Maroons have early leads on 3 of the 6 courts. They're tied in another. So the overall team race here is pretty tight. Brooke Pedersen from San Anselmo, California. But she came to Chicago by way of IMG Academy down in Florida. First year for the Maroons. Again, Brooke's been very good this year. 22-1, 18 consecutive wins, most often here on court 4. For whatever reason, this just hasn't gone the way that she wants. It's been a very frustrating first set for the freshman Maroon, and it's already set point for Senna Selby. Well, maybe Brooke just needs to hit the reset button. She's a lot better than what she just showed there, but Senna Selby loving how she's competed so far. Senna Selby and Claremont-Mudd-Scripps, who lead 2-1, just took the first set 6-love on singles court 4. Heading over to court 6, where Eisenman leads Claudia Ang 4-1. You can see how much that point meant to Ang. She needs some mojo to get herself back in here. Ang's been fabulous this year as a singles player. 17 wins in a row, 23-2 on the season. But she finds herself trailing a really good singles player in Eisenman. Eisenman's won 15 matches in a row. 40-15. Big win. Claudia Ang gets it to 4-2 in the first set. Check in on Ella Brissett and Nicole Geller here on court 3. This is tightening up a little bit. It's now 3 apiece. Geller taking her time before she'll step up for the serve. All right, 40-15, Geller over Brissett. Geller just making Brissett run wind sprints back and forth. Easy layup, 4-3. So Nicole Geller in good shape for the Maroons at the moment. Go back to court 2, where Shiana Gu leads 4-1 in the first set.
30-15.
Gu a little frustrated with herself there for getting caught a little deep. Good shot from Audrey. Chicago still leads on courts 1, 2, and 3. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps just starting set 2 after Selby blanked Peterson 6-love in the first set. CMS also leads on courts 5 and 6, and they only need to win 3 of these 6 matches to take the national title. Couple powerful forehands from Gu over and over, just kept pounding the same spot. Finally put Yoon away. Deuce and deciding point here on 2 singles. Well done. Audrey Yoon comes back in to take the game for 2. Let's head over to court 3. Nicole Geller 4-3 over Ella Brissett at the moment. CMS serving 15-30. Good idea there from Brissett, but the execution was a little off. Brissett trying to lock it back in. And Geller, too long. Ella's hanging tough. Good response from Brooke Pedersen, who after losing the first set 6-love on court 4, just won the first game in the second set. Gotta have that short memory as Brissett cracks one way up into the air that never got over the net. So Chicago takes the game 5-3 now in set 1. All right, back to court 6, where we've got another pretty tight match going on. It's 4-3 Eisenman. Lindsay on the bottom of the screen there. Claudia Eng does not execute properly. So it's love 40. Well, Eng takes a point there on the long return. Claudia's done a good job of trying to climb back in this after Eisenman got off to a really hot start. I believe Eisenman was up 3-love. So to get this back to 4-3 has been lots of good work. I think the first return there from Eisenman sailed a little long. So it's now 30-40. It's now 4-3 first set. Gu over Yoon after CMS took the game on singles 2. So that court's tight, but Chicago still leads. Gu and Mikos, pretty arguably the top 2 singles players in the region. ITA rankings have been very favorable to the Chicago Maroons, also to CMS for sure. Mikos is ranked number 1. Gu ranked 4, but not a lot of separation between slots 2, 3, and 4 there. All right, now 5-3 CMS over on 6 as we check back in on singles court 1. Speaking of Mikos and Chulani, Sylvia Mikos and Alicia Chulani, top singles players for these two teams. Mikos #1 in the region. Chulani was ranked #2 behind Angie Zhao from Pomona Pitzer. But Chulani, the way she's playing today, she looks like she could beat anybody in the country. Mikos is giving her a really tough match. Great serve. Sylvia has her number there. Some power there. 40-15. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps, if you're just joining us, took doubles courts 3 and then 1. So they have the lead. Chicago took doubles court 2. All of them decided by 8-5 scores. So we check in quickly on court 3. That shot from the Maroons a little too long, and it's now 5-4. So that one getting a little tighter there between Brissett and Geller as we go back to singles 1. .40-30. Another terrific serve from Mikos. Gosh, she's got Chulani just guessing right now. Sylvia Mikos toying with the top singles player from Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. 5-2 Maroons in the first set. So Chicago leads late in the first set on court 1, 2, and 3. We go over to court 4, the only match that's in our second set. Senna Selby playing quite well. She leads 6-love, 2-1. Is trailing 30-love in this game. Brooke Pedersen, I thought it was out. But they'll call it in. It's an ace. It was awfully tight, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Selby prefers to move that ball out of the way. Back-to-back faults from Pedersen. She coughs up a point. Pedersen a little sloppy there. I'm sure Brooke is trying to dig down deep. When you have such a strong resume and then you get to a stage like this, it's frustrating when you don't seem to have your best stuff. I would say most coaches will tell you the sign of a good player is not how good you are on your good days necessarily, but how good you are on your bad days. How can you take You're not particularly high quality work, and see if you can grind some things out and still be competitive. For whatever reason, Pedersen, who's been terrific as a freshman, just having a tough day. I'm not trying to take anything away from Senna Selby, who's played fabulous. Deciding point here, and Pedersen sends another one long. So after leading 40-love, she coughs up 4 in a row. And you can see the body language there, pretty frustrated. Let's go to court 6. Just moments ago, Eisenman and Ang were toward the end of set 1. And after that one went a little long, Lindsay Eisenman takes set 1 6-3. So Claremont-Mudd-Scripps needs to, as we go back live toward court 5, CMS needs to win 3 of the 6 doubles courts, and they have a 1-set-to-none lead on singles 4 and 6. They also lead on court 5 here, 5-4, but they trail on each of the other courts, 1, 2, and 3. So Chicago's got to flip one of those other 4 matches, and right now it looks like singles 5 might be Chicago's best chance at the moment. Still a lot of tennis to be played, though. In the meantime, that one on court 3, Geller and Brissett, was just decided. 6-4 to Nicole Geller. So that's the first piece of concrete momentum for Chicago here in singles play after they officially take that set. Peek back in on court 1. Is 5-2 Mikos over Chulani. Chulani serving 30-all. Chulani. Textbook finish. 40-30. I know there's one match right now that is not particularly close on court 4, but the rest of them are all pretty competitive. And the way these results are lining up, this could be a really down-to-the-wire kind of day. Chulani takes another one and brings this a little tighter, 5-3 on singles 1. So Chicago still leads on courts 1, 2, and 3, but Chulani, Yoon, and Brissett are giving Mikos, Gu, and Geller really tough matches. CMS leads 1-set-to-none on courts 4 and 6. We check in live on court 5, where Nika Batishvili serving here, 2 points away from taking a set. And Miranda Yuan survives that. 30-15.
Game in first set, Chicago, 6-3.
Looks like they just wrapped up the first set on singles 2, as Gu finished off Yoon 6-3. So the Maroons took the first set officially now on 2 and 3. CMS took the first sets on 4 and 6. 1 and 5 are right down to the wire.
Appreciate it.
Nice win there for CMS. Nika Batashvili, 6-4 in the first set. So Claremont-Mudd-Scripps trying to follow its script toward a national championship. Over on court 2, this is a replay of Chicago taking the first set 6-3 on that fault. We're going to go live here to 3 as they start the second set. Again, CMS just needs to win 3 of the singles matches, and they lead 1-0 on courts 4, 5, and 6. So much as their depth showed off in their win over Emory in the national semifinals 2 days ago, Selby, Batashvili, and Eisenman have put the Athenas in pretty good shape at the moment. But Chicago certainly giving it a good chase. Great reaction from Brissett, keeping this alive. Geller buries one. Nicole Geller, just a killer. Holy smokes, was that good. Meanwhile, Chulani pretty fired up. 30-40, staving off elimination for the moment. Mikos just barely missed it long. And it's 5-4 on singles 1. Chulani firing herself up. She goes over to catch her breath. Checking in on court 4 here. This match is not going well for Pedersen, unfortunately. 6-love, 4-1 in favor of Selby. Senna Selby playing quite well. That was after Senna, unfortunately, could not help Worcester enough in doubles action. They lost 8-5 on doubles 2. Pretty well done by Selby to reset the way she has. That one misses long too. And now all of a sudden, it's 5-1 in the second set, and Senna Selby is on the precipice of blasting one of the best freshmen in the country. Senna Selby from Rye Country Day High School in White Plains, New York. (15-love). Good shot there from Peterson.
First game, second set.
15-all. 2 more points. Senna Selby.
Let's go, Claudia! Here we go, Claudia! Here we go, Randy! Here we go, Sil!
Great rally. Pedersen with a good enough shot that caught Selby a little flat. 30 all. The only match that's not in the second set right now is over on court 1. But all of the other second sets are pretty early on. This is the only one anywhere close to finishing. So we'll keep it here at least for a moment. See if Selby can finish off Pedersen.
Here we go, Sil!
Brooks scores there. 30-40. Little long. So Selby will take a deep breath and reset herself. We'll come back to this court here in just a moment. In the meantime, go over to court 1, where they are late and tight in that first set. Chulani gives up that point. It's 40-30. Mikos having trouble closing out Chulani in the first. Oh, geez. That doesn't happen very often. Mikos apologized. Wonder if perhaps she didn't mean to hit it up and force Alicia to stare into the sun like that. You can see, I mean, there is almost no shadow anywhere on the court. I mean, look at the shadow for Chulani. It's straight down. That sun is about as directly overhead as you can have. 40 all. So it's set point for Chicago. Mikos survives a great late first set push from Alicia Chulani. So the Maroons have taken the first sets on courts 1, 2, and 3. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps has taken the first sets on 4, 5, and 6. And CMS only needs 3 wins. We go back to court 4. Again, this is the match that is closest to finishing. Selby 6-love, 5-2. But Brooke is fighting like crazy. No margin for error at this point for Brooke Pedersen. Great shot. Beautiful. 40-love. Good shot from Senna Selby. Trying to keep cool and wipe away some of the perspiration. Temperatures right around 90 degrees in Orlando as Selby sends it long, and Brooke wins a third game here in the second set. Good resiliency. Impressed with the way Brooke is fighting back in this. Good for her. All right, so it's 6-love, 5-3, and Selby has the honor to serve. Pedersen into the net. 15-love. Meanwhile, Nicole Geller, just left of our screen here on court 3, just took a third straight game to open up the second set. So she leads 6-4, 3-love over Ella Brissett. Brissett's been unbelievable during the first couple years of her career, and Geller's got her in a tough spot. Good confident shots there from Pedersen. You'd never know how big a hole she's in with the way she's playing aggressively here. Sends that a bit long. And once again, Selby 2 points away from winning this decisive game in this match. Another forehand winner. Brooke Pedersen continues to fight. Too long. Match point, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. Senna Selby takes a big deep breath. Can she finish off Pedersen right here? Another admirable rally. Too long. Senna Selby and the Athenas draw first blood in singles. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps is just 2 matches away from a national championship. 6-love, 6-3. Senna Selby on singles court 4 over Brooke Pedersen. Senna Selby goes to 24-5 this season with perhaps the most emotional win of her career. Huge to score a team point in singles at the national championships. This is back on court 3 where Chicago leads 6-4, 3-love. Geller over Brissett. So it's 3-1 CMS. But again, it's pretty tight, all things considered, because Chicago leads 1-0 on courts 1, 2, and 3. CMS obviously just took court 4. And they have the 1-0 lead on 5 and 6, but it's very close in the second set early on courts 5 and 6. So Chicago's not necessarily in the hole that you might think it is, even though they need to win 4 of the 5 remaining matches. Brissett gives one away there. And now she's down 6-4, 4-love. Nicole Geller. Geller coughs one up. Geller scored a lot of valuable points for this team throughout the course of the year. 15 matches in a row Nicole has won. Geller and Pedersen, along with Claudia Eng, had scored singles victories in the national semifinals over Middlebury. $15 all. Good kill off by Geller. Brissett has too often made it a little easier on Nicole like that. She's served her a lot of free balls that have been easy to just power off. Second serve. Another wide shot. Geller leads 40-15. And unfortunately for Brissett, she is coming unglued a little bit here. She's played a lot of really important and high-energy matches lately. Maybe the fatigue is starting to get to her a bit. Yeah, it's just a miss. You can see the way she shakes her head. That's not the kind of shot that Ella so often connects on. And she knows she's in trouble. So Geller closing in on a Chicago team point. She leads 6-4, 5-love as they break. We go to court 5, which is another CMS heavy watched court here. Batashvili took the first set 6-4, but Chicago just took The first game in that little rotation. So it should be 3-1, although the scoreboard there still said 2-1. I believe it is now 3-1. Miranda Yuan in the second set. That would be helpful for Chicago because they've got to flip one of the two. We're looking back here at court 2 now between Shiana Gu and Audrey Yoon. Yoon is serving. Gu took the first set 6-3, and it's 2-2 in the second.
Lot 15.
Double fault. Audrey Yoon struggling a little bit here. Love 30. Well, Audrey Yoon needs to get herself up off the mat. After the double fault, she's hit 2 straight returns into the net. And so it's love 40. Shiana Gu from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Beautiful area for tennis. That's a really nice return shot. 15-40. That'll get Yoon feeling good again. She's off camera, but you always know when Chulani is screaming over on the first court. Chulani lost the first set 6-4, but now leads 2-love in the second over Mikos. And the way it's trending, that could be one of the later matches to finish. Long battle between Chulani and Mikos as Yoon misfires wide. So Gu takes a 6-3, 3-2 lead. In the meantime, we're going to go back over to court 3 here, where Geller and Brissett are getting ready to start a new game. And Brissett is on the brink. It'll be her serve. Geller's got the lead, 6-4, 5-love. Just in terms of the Maroons starting to feel better about the way the team scoreboard looks, I think it's really important for them to finish this off quickly. Even just for morale, it feels good to see that you're only down 1 instead of 2. Good fight from Brissett. Again, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps is obviously in the driver's seat, leading 3-1 here. But the other 5 singles courts are pretty tight. Good work by Geller just to get there and return it. A lot of long shots in this rally. Geller, frustrated with herself, she touches her temple with her pointer finger and says that wasn't too smart. Brissett, 30 love. Nice job by Geller to kill that one away. Quick look over on court 2 where Audrey Yoon and Shiana Gu have actually had their match halted here for a moment. I certainly hope Audrey's okay. The athletic training staff for CMS taking a look at her right ankle. All right. Well, certainly don't want to see anybody get injured, so hopefully Yoon is okay. So officially a medical timeout on singles 2. That'll actually probably halt some of the momentum that Chicago has as a team because they are leading 1-0 on courts 1, 2, and 3, although Chulani for CMS is up 3 love on singles 1. So she's close to evening that back up. Mikos has to climb back in. On this side, Brissett showing some good composure. And Ella's on the board here in the second. 6-4, 5-1, Geller. Only singles court that has wrapped up is singles 4, Selby over Pedersen, 6 love, 6-3. The other ones were pretty tight. Yoon continuing to get her ankle looked at. I think I heard the referee in the background there say 2 minutes remaining in that medical timeout. And actually, I can see it off camera here, but as that attention continues to be given to Yoon, she's actually rolled over and they're working on her her Achilles area in addition to down by the ankle. So I don't know, I don't want to speculate if she's dealing with a long-term injury. There you go. I don't know if this is just cramping or something that had been bothering her for a while with the tape that's on the back of her calves, but whatever the case is, I hope she can work it out and get back out and compete. So you're watching action on singles 3. Brissett and Geller. Ella puts one way up in the sky. Another winner, Nicole Geller. All right, 30-15. 2 points away from winning this match. Meanwhile, on court 2, Yoon is slowly getting back to her feet. So that's good news. Geller. Good job by Brissett. Trying to recover.
Here we go, Lisa.
And Nicole finally puts her away. Ella Brissett, that was really impressive. Making Geller work so hard for that point. But Nicole prevails, and now it is match point for the Maroons on singles 3. Yoon is back on her feet on court 2, and they're going to resume from that medical timeout. That's great news. Geller with a seriously spinny serve, and then puts it away. How about Nicole Geller? Little flex there at the end with 2 great shots. And she takes a point for Chicago. 6-4, 6-1. Singles 3 to the Maroons. Nicole Geller wins her 16th singles match in a row and goes to 21-3 on the season. And now the overall team score is 3-2. This is singles 6. Lindsay Eisenman leads Claudia Ang 6-3, 3-3. CMS receiving. It's love 30 here in the second. So Ang is trying to be the hero for the Maroons and extend this. Got to try to flip one of these if you're Chicago. There are 4 matches remaining. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps just needs to win 2 of them to win the national championship. All right, 15-30. Double fault, 30-30. I beg your pardon, 15-40. Boy, a couple of really good return shots from Ang. She keeps on backing up the right side. Boy, she really had Eisenman leaning the wrong way there. Tight window, and Ang hits a really good return. 30-40. On singles 1, Chicago leads 6-4 first set, but Claremont-Mudd-Scripps a 4-love lead in the second. Singles 2 was delayed a few minutes there for a medical timeout. Chicago leads 6-3, 3-2. Gu over Yoon. Singles 5 just left of our action here. Batashvili took the first set for CMS 6-4. But they are level at 3 apiece in the second over Miranda Yuan. And here on single 6, Eisenman on the bottom of your screen for CMS took the first set 6-3. 3-3. And actually just went to Chicago there.
Chicago leads
So we've
4 games to 2, second set.
got 4 games to 3, I believe, here in the second set. So Chicago, you know what? I beg your pardon. I think there was a scoring malfunction there. It looks like on the scoreboard in the stadium that it says 4-3 CMS. So it appears Eisenman has a 6-3, 4-3 lead. And if that is incorrect, we'll update you, but that's what we anticipate at the moment. All right, we're going to bounce over to court 1 here, where Chulani and Mikos, a little bit of a lopsided second set. Sylvia struggling. She had come out swinging big, but Chulani played well toward the end of that first set. She has carried a ton of momentum. Sylvia with a good shot there. It's 30-all. Another one to level things up. Last year in the national championship, Mikos was in the third set. Her match went unfinished when Chicago ultimately lost to CMS 5-1. But Mikos had the lead in the third set over Crystal Huan for CMS. Good winner. Alicia Chulani is burying Sylvia Mikos right now in the second set. 5-love. Nicely done there by Chulani.
Chicago leads 5 games to 2. Second set and 1 set.
In the second set here on court 2, Shiana Gu now leads 6-3, 5-2. I wonder if Yoon is still trying to work through some of the challenging ankle issues or lower leg issues she's dealing with. By the way, as we take a look at court 5 here, you know, last year in winning the national championship for CMS, Chulani and Batashvili, just like they did this year, they beat Gu and Mikos in doubles action. Last year beat them 8-6, this year beat them 8-5. But Chulani last year did not play in singles, and this year finds herself on singles court 1, and she is proving that her presence is really important for this Athena's team. They're looking for a way to win 2 of these 4 remaining matches. Again, this is singles 5, Batashvili and Yuan. Nika, a couple good shots in a row. They appeal to the line judge. And get the impression that that went CMS's way, judging by the nope, it actually went Chicago's way. Beg your pardon. That was David Schwartz, who's standing off to the side there, the head coach for the Athenas. Thought for a moment that might have been JT. Okay, 40-15. This is a rematch of last year's 5 singles court. Batashvili last year ultimately won 6-4, 6-3. And Yuan into the tape. So it's now 6-4, 4-4 on singles 5 as we go next door to court 6, where CMS is in a good spot here. Lindsay Eisenman leads 6-3, 5-3. She's on receive. Claudia Eng back against the wall. 15-love, Chicago second serve. $30-love. Eng has clinched some big points for this team already this year, including the national semifinal team point that got them here into this stage. Claudia is a great singles player, but she's got to dig out of it very quickly. Now she leads 40-love here. Let's check in quickly on court 2, where Shiana Gu, 6'3", 5'2" right now over Audrey Yoon. And she's serving with a 30-15 lead. Chicago trying to tie this thing up at 3 apiece on the team scoreboard. That's a little wide. So it's match point for Chicago. Shiana Gu. Courts 2 and 6, close to their finale. A little long there from Shiana. Chulani sounds happy over on court 1. All right, that's set point and match point for Shiana Gu. 6'3", 6'2". Chicago has leveled it up in this national championship. 2 singles wins for the Maroons, 1 on doubles. 2 doubles wins for the Athenas, 1 in singles. And with 3 matches remaining, the first one to win 2 of those 3 matches will win the national championship. Meanwhile, in singles 1, this is a replay as Chulani watched Mikos send it wide. Frankly, that's probably the most stunning thing we've seen so far today, is that the top-ranked player for Chicago on either a singles or doubles team, and truly a player that is, you know, capable of becoming a first-team All-American in Sylvia Mikos, just got blanked in the second set, 6-love. So we are going to a third set on court 1. On court 6, we're going to wait here as they get ready to start play again late in this second. Lindsay Eisenman, 6'3", 5'4" right now. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps has the lead. As anticipated, a very tight national championship rematch between the University of Chicago and Claremont-Mudd-Scripps.
Here we go, Lisa! Here we go, Sil. Fight for it.
Miranda Yuan on singles 5, trying to force a third set for Chicago. We're going to a third on singles 1. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps, if they can win on 5 and 6, they would clinch the title. That one's too long. 15 all. By the way, it was the 18th consecutive win for Shiana Gu on singles 2. All right. Match point, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. Lindsay Eisenman, 6'3", 5'4", 40-15. Eisenman has won 15 singles matches in a row. Oh, man. Did that land in? You've got to be kidding me. That's the second time today that a match has been decided on a let. Oh, jeez. Heartbreak for Claudia Eng. I mean, this is a brutal way to end a match. Watch this. Just barely lands in play as the chair referee says it was in play. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. You don't feel good when it ends like that, but won't apologize for the win. And so now it is 4-3 Claremont-Mudd-Scripps after taking single 6. Eisenman over Eng, 6-3, 6-4. So the only courts remaining are 1 and 5. It appears there's been a scoreboard malfunction there. I know the first set went to Batoshvili. Hopefully they'll get us the updated scores quickly. Yuan is trying to force a third set. I can tell you that with certainty. Long return there from CMS. Gives Chicago that game. So while we work through the scoreboard issues over on Court 5, we're going to go back to Court 1 where they've started set 3 between Mikos and Chulani. Alicia. Wow. I don't know what has happened to Sylvia Mikos. She's lost 7 games in a row. After taking the first set 6-4, lost the second set 6-love, and now 1-love. Chulani's playing great, but Mikos has certainly given away a good number of those points. Believe they have updated the scoreboard here appropriately in the venue. It says this is deciding point. CMS 40-40. Batoshvili leads 6-4 and trails 5-4 in the second. Good win for Miranda Yuan. And Chicago has forced a third set on singles 5. Just into the net. You can see the frustration from Batoshvili. So, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps just needs to win one of the 2 remaining matches, leading 4-3 on the team tally. And both of those matches are in a third set. Alicia Chulani leading 1-love in the third set on singles one over Sylvia Mikos.
Here we go, Adidas!
Another good win. Chulani playing with a ton of confidence right now. Well, during the course of the season, you prepare for moments like this over and over again, knowing that there's such little separation between some of the top teams in the country. And as it turns out, number one and number two nationally are in fact meeting for this year's national championship. Just got to go out and execute, as Chulani right now is on fire. I mean, she feels unstoppable. Sylvia Mikos got off to a pretty quick early start in the first set, which she ultimately won, but Chulani with pretty good presence late in that first set. And ever since then, it has been an avalanche for the Athenas. Mikos needed that one, with lots of her teammates standing on court two next to her, trying to cheer her on. Chulani, Mikos, Bathurshvili, and Yuan. One of those four young ladies is going to clinch a national championship today. They're still breaking between sets over on singles court 5, so no action over there to update you on yet. Bathurshvili 6-4 in the first set, Yuan 6-4 in the second set over on 5. That was too long from Mikos. 40-30. Excellent kill. Boy, did Mikos need that. Somewhere along the way, you got to provide your own juice. Mikos back from the dead here. All on the line today for Sylvia Mikos and Alicia Chulani. Deciding point. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's amazing to me how many times that has happened on deciding points today. Both of these teams have got to be feeling like, you got to be kidding me. 2-love to Chulani in the third. Wow.
Let's go, Alicia. Come on. Let's go. Got this, Alicia.
They are still in break over on singles 5. If you're just joining us, a quick recap of the day so far. The doubles team of Ella Brissett and Lindsay Eisenman on doubles court 3 went to 17-0 this year with an 8-5 win over Lauren Koo and Nicole Geller. That gave CMS the first point. CMS pretty quickly after that. Also an 8-5 win on doubles 1. Batishvili and Chulani, 8-5 over Mikos and Gu. Chicago, a 15th consecutive win from their doubles 2 team of Wang and Ang, 8-5 over Worcester and Selby. Just about to get started over on 5. So it was 2-1 CMS after doubles. The first singles match was decided by Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. Senna Selby 6-love 6-3 over Brooke Pedersen. So it puts CMS up 3-1. Then Chicago won the next 2 singles matches. First on court 3, Nicole Geller 6-4 6-1. And then on singles court 2, 6-3 6-2, Shiana Gu over Audrey Yoon. It was the 16th consecutive singles court win for Geller and 18th straight singles court win for Shiana. Then on court 6, Lindsay Eisenman beat Claudia Ang 6-3 6-4. That puts CMS up to its current lead of 4-3. $30-15. Another just barely too long return. Good fight back from Sylvia Mikos. Finally wins a game for the first time here in a little while. So Mikos is back on the board in the critical, decisive third set. Meanwhile, over to court 5. Early in the third set, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps just needs to win one of these 2 matches. And they have the lead, albeit a tight lead, in both of them. Yuan into the net, so Bartoszwili. $30 love. She leads 6-4, 4-6, 1-love. By the way, we apologize for losing our crowd mics there, working on getting those back up for you. (30-15). A return there from Yuan, too deep. 40-15. Now Miranda's forehand into the net, and she gives away the game. So Miranda Yuan will serve down 2-love here. Back to court one for a moment. It is 15-all. 2-1 Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. Oh, that's a great shot from Mikos. 15-30. Another return a little too deep. (30-30). So 30-40 here on singles 1. Singles 5 also working along. Good shots from Chulani, and she wins the point. Forces a deuce, deciding point. Good shot there on singles 5 from Batoshvili. She's performing well over Miranda Yuan. Fatigue really starting to set in for both of these courts. Yuan probably has the freshest legs because she's the only one that didn't play doubles. But it is still a pretty hot and humid afternoon Feels like 93. Very sunny skies. Great shot. Chulani buries it. And Alicia Chulani leads 3-1 in the decisive third. They are breaking on both courts simultaneously here. Batushvili is up 3-love. Just to show you court 5 for a quick second. It is CMS 6-4, 4-6, 3-love. Batushvili over Yuan as they come back from break. So we go back to court 1 here where action resumes. Mikos serving 6-4, love 6, 1-3. She scores first. Chicago needs to win both of these matches to win the national championship. And in both efforts, they're going to have to come from behind. The Athenas are in a really good spot right now. Chulani and Batushvili are both playing great tennis. Tough serve from Mikos. High and soft. Oh, jeez. Mikos was probably denied by the net on burying the first one. And then that one eats her up. The Athenas are getting closer and closer. Chicago never has won a national championship as a team for the NCAAs. Of course, they are the two-time defending ITA indoor national champs. Maroons twice a runner-up. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps, after not having a season during the pandemic-canceled year of 2020, they also did not play as a conference or as a school in 2021. This is the 4th year in a row that CMS has at least played in the national championship match for when they have competed as a team. They were the 18 and 22 champs, 2019 runner-up. They are trying to become the first back-to-back champions since Williams did it 2012, 2013. And the Athenas are in a really good position. .30-30. Chulani, a little too soft on that return shot, and it cost her. 40-30. This is big for Mikos. For as awful as the second set went for Sylvia Mikos, to get down 3-2 in the second, or I should say in the third, would feel so much better. And she does it. So Mikos clawing her way back as we check in on court 5. This is a little bit more lopsided in favor of the Athenas. Chicago serving down 4-love in the third set. So Yuan's got to dig down deep. Love 15.
Here we go,
15 all. As a team, the Chicago Maroons, the last 2 years have been unbelievable. Last year, their only loss came to CMS in the national championship. With the exception of a competition they had against Division I Eastern Michigan earlier last year. But basically, no Division III program has been able to get past Chicago other than Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. Ella Brissett and Audrey Yoon both thought they were going to have a chance to clinch the national championship. And ended up being Brissett at number 4 singles last year. Brissett and Yoon both had match points last year on courts right next to each other, trying to close out the national championship. But Brissett ended up being the one to get that done. This year, Chulani and Batishvili kind of racing to the finish line. Batishvili for Claremont-Mudd-Scripps in a better spot at the moment. Some good shots here from Miranda. But one into the net. 30-40. And Nika Batishvili getting close to the point where she can taste it. Lets her live. Into the net. And Claremont-Mudd-Scripps is one game away from winning a national championship. Nika Batishvili, 5-love on court 5. While they break here, we'll show you court 1 briefly, but we'll certainly come back to court 5 in order not to miss any action over there, with that one being so lopsided at the moment. This one is a little tighter, as Chulani had a fault. Chulani takes the game and now leads 4-2 in the third. CMS just needs to win on one of these two. And they lead in both. Miranda Yuan down 5-love in the third. Nikolina Batashvili from Moscow entered the season as a fantastic player and has only built on that. She was 43-12 during her first season at CMS between singles and doubles. Batashvili 16-3 as a singles player this year, and 18-8 as a doubles player. On the precipice of one of the biggest highlights of her life. .30-love, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps. All the Athenas that are not playing standing just to the left of your screen on what is court 4, watching this one closely. Great serve. Wow. Net is kind to Chicago. 30-15. For as well as the Maroons have played, they are running out of gas. Nika Batashvili. Game, set, match, and national championship point. Chicago beat CMS in the indoor season, but the Athenas are trying to rack up a second straight national title outdoors. Batashvili puts it down and it's all over. They are the measuring stick. Nobody better. And once again at 23, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps is the national champions. What awesome tennis from both of these two schools all afternoon. Claremont-Mudd-Scripps took 2 of the doubles points, and they ultimately won on singles courts 4, 5, and 6. They had to withstand a couple of really tough efforts. Chicago winning on courts 2 and 3. Chulani really looked good on singles 1 and battled back after an early first set loss to force a third set. She was playing well in set 3 as we rewatch the championship point.
Not the right size trade with the teammate.
Batashvili hit it softly where Yuan just couldn't get there. And it's party time now in California.
So good.
Back-to-back national championships for CMS. First time that's happened in a decade in Division III women's tennis. Big smiles all the way around for the Athenas. Congratulations to head coach David Schwarz, his entire staff, Caitlin Bernard, Angela Kulikov on his assistant coach's staff, but to the entire support staff for CMS Tennis as well. This is a proud moment for the Athenas. And for the second straight year, and for the third time in 4 years that they've competed in the outdoor season, they are the national champions. Pretty darn cool. Well done. Tip of the hat to the Maroons. Chicago is such a good team. They lose for the first time all season, falling to this group of CMS Athenas here this afternoon. Chicago will finish as the national runner-up for the third time in program history and for the second consecutive year. It's a painful moment for the Maroons, but eventually they'll look back on this hopefully with some pride, because they really competed well on the biggest stage that Division III tennis has to offer. What a day. Congratulations to the Athenas. We will turn things over to the in-house public address system for the National Championship Trophy presentation. So don't go anywhere, but we'll wrap up our commentary here at the moment. Big thanks to our entire production crew, all of our camera operators, led by our terrific producer, Kyle Binder. I'm Brendan Gulick. Thanks for tuning in from the USTA National Campus in Greater Orlando. Congratulations, Claremont-Mudd-Scripps, back-to-back national champions.
Audrey almost had an undefeated season. But it didn't matter. Even Audrey lost.
Battle tested! Yeah!
Hey, I think we should say thank you. Yeah,
Thank you,
literally.
Fifi.
Yeah. Shout out my
Doesn't make any sense. What's he saying? He's saying, I'm going to be right here. You're going to be right here. He's going to take mine. And then once he cuts mine, he's going to take yours. And then I move here. I get the next person. And once he cuts yours and takes mine, you go. Well, that's great, but they don't start at this end. They're random. Whatever end they start at. So they don't start at the end. They start random. They don't take them in order. And that's what's funny. I also just like.
I think Chicago's ready. I think the people.
Funky. want me to get the line and you get whoever walks up? No, because it's going to screw him up. The first one to cut that, you get. Then I'll get the second. Sorry.
Fans, your attention, please. It is our pleasure to begin the award ceremony for the 2023 NCAA Division III Women's Tennis Championship. First, let's congratulate both teams on their outstanding achievements and thank our hosts, Oklahoma University, and River Valley Sports Coaches for their partnership with and success in hosting this national championship. Presenting the awards, our members of the NCAA Division III Women's Tennis Committee and NCAA Chief Medical Officer and USTA Chair of the Board President, Dr. Brian Mayheim. First, the runner-up in this year's NCAA Division III Women's Tennis Championship, finishing with a record of 23-1, the University of Chicago Maroons. At this time, the following individuals, please come forward to receive your awards. Nicole Keller.
Yeah, Nicole!
Shiana Hu.
Yeah, Shishi!
Lauren Hu.
Yeah, Lauren!
Brianna Hu. Sylvia Nikos.
Yes,
Claudia Ang.
oh, yeah, Claudia!
Tara O'Flaherty.
Oh, yeah!
Brooke Peterson. Marie Wong.
Let's go, Marie!
Miranda Yuan. Assistant Coach Omar Tani.
Let's go!
And now, will head coach JT and the team captains please come forward to accept their trophy.
Oh, yeah, CD! Oh, yeah!
Congratulations to the University of Chicago Maroons. It's been a great season. Let's give all of our standing captains a round of applause. And now, the 2023 NCAA Division III Women's Tennis National Champions, finishing with a record of 27-1, the Claremont-Mudd-Scripps Athenas. Presenting the awards are members of the NCAA Division III Women's Tennis Committee. Will the following individuals please come forward to receive your awards? Olivia Owen. Nika Batashvili. Ella Brissett. Alicia Chuan. Lindsay Eisenman. Arushi Malik. Senna Salvi. Catherine Worster. Audrey Yoon. Assistant coach Caitlin Bernard. Head coach David Schwartz. Head coach David Schwartz and the team's captains, please come forward to accept the trophy.